Live, everybody. Joining me now from Tracy, California are Angie and Joe Chavez. They are Sandra Cantu's aunt and uncle, and we welcome them with our sincere condolences. I can't imagine what it must be like. Our hearts go out to you. Thank you so much for being with us. I must ask you, did the family know Melissa Huckabee? Was she someone who was familiar to the family?
She was not a friend of the family. There's somebody that my sister knew only for the little kids having play dates.
So the 5-year-old, Melissa's 5-year-old, and Sandra did play together. Is that what you're saying, Joe?
Yeah, that's correct. They played numerous times. Played together.
So on a regular basis, was Sandra in her home, and did Sandra play in other children's homes there in the trailer park?
Yeah, of course. All the kids play like normal kids do. They go to each other's house and they color and they do kid things,
And Angie, your reaction when you heard? Did you believe this news that this woman, this 28-year-old Sunday school teacher, had perpetrated this terrible crime against your niece?
I was quite shocked, but happy that they did arrest somebody in this case, so that way we could lay Sandra to rest with an arrest already on the books.
And how are her mother and father faring? How are her parents doing this evening?
We don't know anything about Daniel Cantu, but her mom is doing as best as she can. And
will there be a memorial, and what plans do you have now to remember this wonderful child who had earned a special place in our heart when we saw that video of her innocently skipping across the street?
There's a memorial service at Thursday at 1 o'clock at the West High Gym here in Tracy.
Yeah, that's just
And then we also have a private funeral.
And how, Angie, do you remember your niece?
How will I remember Sandra?
Yes.
As a fun-loving little girl that just captured your heart. She did that from the first moment I met her 6 years ago.
I just want to give you again our condolences. I am so sorry for what happened to you and your family, and thank you for being with me tonight. I'm going to go back to Montel and Commissioner Carrick here. The fact that the cops know that this child was allegedly dead in that 4-hour period between her last sighting and the 8 o'clock call to the cops that she was missing tells us something, does it not, Commissioner?
There's a confession. There has to be. They gave the police enough details for them to know that. She gave the police enough details. So I would say there's a confession to some extent. The sergeant didn't indicate what the motive is, may not have it yet. They may have only gotten so far in their interview or, in the confession, if you will. But they at least got enough to make the arrest and take it from there.
There's so many of these.
That's what I'm thinking right now. What saddens me is that we have to grieve every other day in America right now for another little girl. I mean, the stories are just one after another after another.
There's another shooting, a mother and 2 children.
Get 2 children today. A 1-year-old and I think a 4-year-old shot both in the head. So what are we going to start doing about trying to keep our children safe? I mean, parents can't. I wouldn't let my child run across the street right now. Why?
Me either. My kids, I'm going to dad's going to be all over them. I don't care how old they are. Coming up, one of the American sailors on board the SS Alabama managed to stay at one of the